problem isn't that you're not spiritual enough, or that you don't believe hard enough, or that Mercury is in some sort of financial retrograde that nobody told you about. The real issue is that you're trying to plant roses in concrete and wondering why they're not blooming. You're using affirmations like band-aids on a broken bone, and that's exactly why they're not working. Here's what's really happening in your mind when you say, "I am wealthy," while looking at a bank balance that couldn't buy a decent cup of coffee. Your subconscious mind, bless its logical little heart, is sitting there like a fact checker at a political debate, going, "Oh, really? Show me the evidence." And when it can't find any, it files your affirmation under "nice try," but we're not buying it. You see, darling, your subconscious mind is like that friend who's known you since childhood. It remembers every financial mistake, every time you've worried about money, every limiting belief your family ever planted in your head about wealth. It's not being mean, it's just being protective. It thinks if it lets you believe you're wealthy when you're not, you'll make reckless decisions and end up eating ramen for the rest of your life. This is where the magic happens. And this is the secret key that changes everything. Instead of trying to convince your mind of something it clearly doesn't believe, you're going to work with it, not against it. It's like the difference between trying to push a boulder uphill versus learning to roll it downhill with gravity on your side. The secret is this: you don't start with the end result, you start with the feeling that creates the result. Money isn't just paper and numbers in your bank account. Money is energy, it's freedom, it's security, it's the ability to help others, it's peace of mind. When you focus on cultivating these feelings first, your subconscious mind says, "Oh, I can get behind this. This feels good and possible." So here's your new approach, and I want you to try this today. Instead of saying, "I am wealthy," and having your mind roll its eyes at you, you're going to say, "I am learning to feel secure and free." Your mind can accept this because it's true. You are learning. There's no argument there. And as you practice feeling secure and free, even in small ways, you're building the emotional foundation that wealth actually rests upon. Step 1, and this is crucial: stop trying to convince your mind of lies and start building on truths. Every morning, instead of battling your subconscious with affirmations it can't believe, try this: "I am becoming more aware of abundance around me." Look for evidence of this throughout your day. Notice the free air you breathe, the free sunshine, the abundance of leaves on trees, the generosity of strangers who hold doors open. Train your mind to see abundance everywhere, because once it starts looking for it, it becomes a master at finding it. Step 2, here's where it gets fun. Create what I call financial feeling bridges. These are small actions that help you feel wealthy without requiring you to actually be wealthy yet. Maybe it's organizing your money beautifully, even if there isn't much of it. Maybe it's treating yourself to one small luxury that makes you feel abundant. Maybe it's paying a bill with gratitude instead of resentment. These actions create the feeling state that attracts more money, not the other way around. Step 3, and this one might surprise you: start blessing other people's wealth instead of envying it. When you see someone driving a beautiful car, instead of thinking, "I wish I had that," try, "How wonderful that prosperity is flowing to someone." This shifts your energy from lack to appreciation, and your subconscious mind starts associating wealth with positive feelings instead of jealousy or inadequacy. Here's the beautiful part about this approach. Within days, you'll start noticing opportunities you missed before, ideas that suddenly seem obvious, people who want to help you succeed. It's not magic, it's alignment. When your inner world matches your outer goals, the universe doesn't have to work overtime to get your attention. You're already tuned to the right frequency. Now, I know some of you are thinking, but what about the traditional affirmations? Are they completely useless? Not at all, darling. Once you've built this foundation, once your mind truly feels abundant, then affirmations like, "Money flows to me easily," become powerful because they're supported by a genuine feeling state. It's like the difference between singing along to a song you love versus trying to sing a song you've never heard. One flows naturally, the other feels forced and awkward. The most important thing to remember is this: your relationship with money is exactly that, a relationship. And like any good relationship, it's built on trust, respect, and positive feelings, not on trying to convince someone to love you by repeating the same thing over and over until they give in from exhaustion. So here's what I want you to do right now, before you click away and get distracted by cat videos or whatever else is calling your attention. Pick just one of these steps and commit to trying it for the next 3 days. Just 3 days. If you chose step 1, spend 3 days looking for evidence of abundance around you and watch how your perspective shifts. If you chose step 2, spend 3 days doing small things that make you feel wealthy. If you chose step 3, spend 3 days blessing other people's prosperity and notice how your energy changes. And here's the thing about taking action immediately. It sends a message to the universe and to your subconscious mind that you're serious about change. It's like RSVPing to your own success party. When you take one small step right now, you're not just learning about manifestation, you're actually doing it. I'd love to hear which step you're going to try, so drop a comment below and let me know. Are you going abundance hunting, creating feeling bridges, or becoming a prosperity blessing machine? Your comment might just inspire someone else to take action too. And isn't that a beautiful way to multiply abundance? Remember, darling, you don't need to have all the money in the world to start feeling abundant. You just need to start feeling abundant to attract all the money you need. The secret key isn't in the words you say. It's in the feelings you cultivate and the actions you take from those feelings. If this resonated with you, and you want more short, powerful videos that actually move the needle in your life, instead of just filling up your time, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Because I promise you, every video I create is designed to give you real tools you can use immediately, not just pretty theories that look good on paper, but fall apart in real life. Your abundant life is waiting for you, but it's not waiting for you to get your act together or figure out some complicated system. It's waiting for you to start feeling abundant right now, with whatever you have, wherever you are. And that, my dear, is a choice you can make in this very moment. Now go out there and start building your abundant mindset, one genuine feeling at a time. The universe is ready to match your energy. Are you ready to raise it? You've dammed up your own stream, and then you have the audacity to wonder why you're so thirsty. It's hilarious, really, when you see it from up here. The universe is infinitely abundant. It is an endless flowing ocean of good, and it is trying to reach you. Your job is not to chase the ocean. Your job is to remove the dam. So, how do we do that? How do we go from being a stubborn, stuck boulder in the river to being the river itself? We learn the 3 laws of the flow. It's very simple. First, water always seeks the path of least resistance. Second, water is persistent. It never ever stops moving toward its destination. And third, water always times finds a way around an obstacle. It doesn't get angry at the rock. It doesn't sit down and have a crisis of confidence because a rock appeared. It simply giggles and gurgles and goes around it. Your entire financial philosophy needs to become more like a lazy river and less like a wrestling match. The first step is to stop pushing. Right now, unclench your jaw, drop your shoulders, take a deep breath. I'll wait. Feel that? That's the feeling of you not trying to force something. That's the beginning of flow. Your affirmation for this step is simple. I am not a pusher. I am a allower. Say it with me, even if you feel silly. I am not a pusher. I am a allower. Every time you feel that familiar strain, that tightness in your chest when you think about money, say it. Your only work is to allow the river to flow. You do this by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Do you want to be debt-free? Then stop times acting times like a person in debt. A person in debt clenches every muscle when a bill arrives. A person who is debt-free opens it with calm detachment. It's just a piece of paper. Behave times as if times the flow has already reached you. Thank the universe for the money to pay the bill before you even know where it's coming from. That is faith. And faith is the ultimate solvent for the mortar of doubt in your dam. The second step is to become a brilliant observer of streams. Water flows downhill. It follows gravity. Your good flows toward joy. It follows enthusiasm. Your next opportunity, your next idea, your next connection is hiding in the thing that makes you feel most alive, most expanded, most like your true self. Stop trying to force yourself to dig for wealth in a field you hate because someone told you it was a good opportunity. That's like trying to make water run uphill. It takes a monstrous amount of energy for a pitiful result. Instead, ask yourself, what feels easy? What feels fun? What topic could I talk about for hours without getting bored? That feeling, that excitement, is the downward slope. That is the path of least resistance. Follow that feeling. A single conversation started from a place of genuine curiosity will bring you more wealth than 1,000 calculated forced networking events ever will. The river knows where it's going. Your job is to listen to it. The third step is the most fun. It's to become like water when you hit a rock. The bill you didn't expect, the client who ghosted you, the car repair. The old you would have seen this as a solid wall. You would have beaten your head against it, cried about the injustice, and declared the entire river blocked. The new you, the watery, flowy you, will simply laugh and go around. How? By immediately declaring, "This is not an obstacle. This is a diversion onto an even better path." Then, you get curious. How is this for my highest good? What even better thing is this making room for? You don't need to know the answer. You just need to trust the flow. The universe is infinitely creative. It has a million ways to get your good to you. Your one little plan falling apart is often the universe's way of saying, "My dear, my idea is so much better than yours. Just watch." So when the rock appears, bless it, thank it, and then look for the new channel that is already opening up. You'll always find one. Now, I can already hear the old mountain climbing part of your brain kicking in. This is all very nice and poetic, but I have real problems. I need real actions. Very well, let's get practical. Your call to action, right now, today, is this. I want you to perform one deliberate act of flow. I want you to prove to yourself that the river is real. Here are a few options. Pick one. First, the next time you buy a coffee or a small treat, I want you to pay for it with a sense of absolute abundance. As you hand over the money, say to yourself, "This is just a small expression of the infinite flow that is constantly circulating through my life. I give freely, knowing it returns to me multiplied." Feel the difference between that and the usual wince of, "There goes $5. Second, take one thing off your to-do list. One thing that feels like pushing, that feels like grinding. And instead, do something that feels like flow, that feels like joy. Take a walk, listen to music, play. Watch how, by doing less forcing, you actually create more space for the good to arrive. Or third, find a rock in your life right now, a problem, a worry, and bless it, out loud. Thank you for this unexpected bill, for you are making way for a greater income to appear. It will feel ridiculous. Do it anyway. This isn't magic. It's law. It is the law of circulation. You must let the water flow out of you in generosity, in joy, in faith for new, fresh, clear water to flow in. A stagnant pond becomes brackish and stale. A flowing river is always fresh, always alive, always renewing itself. Your wealth is the same. So stop building dams. Stop pushing the river. Your only work is to get into the stream, relax, and allow yourself to be carried in the direction of your highest good. It knows the way. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me what your act of flow will be today. Are you going to bless a bill? Delete a grindy task? Buy a coffee with a spirit of abundance? Tell me. Your sharing creates a current that helps others find their flow too. And if this little talk has helped you even 1% to unclench, to relax, to trust, then do me a favor and subscribe to this channel. Consider it your way of saying, yes, I am choosing the river. I am choosing the flow. There's so much more good where this came from, and I'd be delighted to continue this journey with you. Remember, the ocean of abundance is waiting for you. All you have to do is let it in, and if you apply it, you'll never see lack the same way again. You see, words carry energy. Science tells us that every sound vibrates, every thought creates waves, every spoken command sets something in motion. Philosophers have said it, spiritual teachers have said it, and even modern psychologists have proven it. Your brain believes what you repeatedly tell it. If you say, I am broke, your mind starts filtering reality to prove you right. If you say, I am blessed, your mind suddenly starts spotting blessings that were invisible before. Your words are the code that programs the universe. And the universe doesn't argue with you. It simply obeys. Now let's laugh at ourselves a little, shall we? How many times have you, without thinking, said things like, I can't afford that, or money never stays with me, or everything is so expensive? Don't worry, we've all done it. I once knew someone who used to say, every time I get money, something bad happens. And you know what? Without fail, every payday, either their car broke down, or the fridge died, or the dentist called with a mysterious cavity. Words are sneaky little seeds. You plant them without noticing, and before you know it, you're living in the garden you didn't want. But here's the good news. You can plant new seeds, powerful seeds, seeds that grow into abundance, into peace, into opportunities chasing you instead of you chasing them. And the way you do it is through a command. Not a wish, not a beg, not a whiny plea. A command. Because when you speak with authority, the universe listens. Just like when you tell your phone, hey Siri, or okay Google, and suddenly it jumps into action. You've been giving commands all along. It's just time to upgrade the command. So what's the command? It's simple. Every hour, say this. I am provided for. I never lack. Abundance flows to me now. That's it. Say it with me right now. I am provided for. I never lack. Abundance flows to me now. Did you feel that little spark? That's the shift beginning. When you say this every hour, you're not just speaking words. You're rewiring your brain, sending new instructions into the world, and aligning yourself with provision instead of poverty. Let me explain why this works in plain logic. Your subconscious mind is like a loyal employee. It doesn't argue, it doesn't doubt, it just follows instructions. If you constantly tell it, I never have enough, it faithfully creates patterns that make sure you never have enough. But if, every single hour, you interrupt the old pattern with a new command, you retrain that employee, you give it new marching orders, and guess what? It starts working to bring those new instructions to life. The opportunities you missed before, the people you overlooked, the ideas that didn't click, suddenly start appearing in your awareness. Now, let's make this practical. Here's how to do it. Step 1. Set a reminder on your phone to go off every hour. Don't just rely on memory, because life will get busy and you'll forget. Let technology be your little abundance coach. Step 2. When that reminder pops up, pause for just 10 seconds. Yes, just 10 seconds. Breathe, and say out loud or quietly, I am provided for. I never lack. Abundance flows to me now. Step 3. Picture, just for a moment, that money is chasing you, that opportunities are rushing to you, that lack is gone. Smile about it. Laugh if you want to, but feel it for a few seconds. Then go back to whatever you were doing. You might think, will saying a few words really change my life? Let me tell you something funny. People say negative words all day long, and those words definitely change their lives for the worse. If cursing yourself works so well, why wouldn't blessing yourself work even better? The truth is, consistency creates reality. It's not about saying it once and forgetting. It's about repeating it until it becomes part of your inner soundtrack. Imagine if, instead of "I'm so tired" or "I'm so broke," your inner voice constantly whispered, "I never lack. Abundance flows to me now." Can you imagine how different you'd feel walking into a meeting, paying your bills, starting your day? You'd walk lighter, talk bolder, and attract more. Here's something else. Don't just say the command when you're happy. Say it when you're stressed. Say it when you're worried about the rent. Say it when you're standing in line at the grocery store calculating if you can afford everything in the cart, because that's the moment your old programming tries to take over. And that's the exact moment you need to interrupt it with the command. That's how you break the cycle. Let's add a touch of humor here, because I know some of you are skeptical. You might say, well, if I say this command, will money rain down from the sky? No, my friend, don't go standing outside with a bucket. What happens is even better. Your mindset shifts, your energy shifts, and you start noticing doors opening where before you only saw walls. You'll suddenly get that idea for a side hustle, that unexpected refund, that person who offers to help, that raise you didn't think you could ask for. The money doesn't fall from the clouds, it comes through channels that were always around you but hidden from your sight. Let me tell you a little secret. The universe is abundant by design. There is no shortage of money, ideas, or opportunities. The only shortage exists in human thought. When you repeat this command every hour, you're not convincing the universe to create more abundance. You're convincing yourself to finally see it and allow it. Abundance is like radio waves. They're in the air all around you. But unless you tune the radio, you'll never hear the music. This command is how you tune yourself to the right station. So let's bring this home. Here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, set that hourly reminder and speak the command. I am provided for. I never lack. Abundance flows to me now. Do it whether you feel like it or not. Do it when you're brushing your teeth, at work, even scrolling through your phone. And watch what happens. Keep a little notebook and jot down any unexpected blessings, however small. You'll be amazed at how quickly things shift when you align your words with abundance. Now here's the action I want you to take right now. Don't wait until tomorrow. As soon as this video ends, set up your hourly reminder. Make that your first step. And then, in the comments, type the command, I am provided for. I never lack. Abundance flows to me now. Not only does it lock it in for you, but it also encourages everyone else watching. Imagine hundreds or thousands of people all speaking the same command. How powerful would that energy be? And if you've been feeling stuck, tired of running after things that always seem out of reach, let this be your turning point. Because once you start commanding instead of chasing, life gets a whole lot lighter. You'll stop seeing yourself as someone begging for scraps and start living like someone who knows the feast is already prepared. So, to wrap this up, remember, your words are commands. You don't have to live in lack another day. You don't have to chase. You are provided for. You never lack. Abundance flows to you now. Keep saying it, keep believing it, and watch how your reality rearranges itself to match your words. Before you go, if this message lit a spark in you, if you felt even a little shift, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next video. We're building a community of people who refuse to settle for lack, who speak abundance, and who live it. And drop a comment with the command, we're all in this together. Remember, this isn't one of those channels that drown you in hours of talking with no impact. We keep it sharp, we keep it powerful, and we keep it life-changing. So, take your power back, speak the command, walk in abundance. And until next time, remember, the universe is listening, and it's ready to obey your words, whether you realize it or not. The question isn't times if times your words have power. The question is, what are you using that power to create? Think about it. How often do you curse your own life without even noticing? I can't catch a break. I'm always unlucky. Everyone gets opportunities but me. Every time you say that, you're programming your mind and your surroundings to reflect it back to you. It's like giving the universe a shopping list of misfortunes and saying, "Yes, please, I'll take all that." Now, let's be honest. We've all done this. You're not alone. We live in a world that teaches us to complain before we believe. But that's exactly why you've got to rewire your thinking. You can't speak like a victim and expect to live like a victor. You can't declare lack and expect abundance. And you can't talk defeat and expect victory. I'll tell you a little secret. Every great shift in my life began with words, not opportunities, not luck words. I started affirming things long before I saw them. I would walk around saying, "Everything I touch prospers." Did I believe it at first? Not entirely, but my words were stronger than my doubt. And soon, my life began to rearrange itself to match what I was declaring. Now, I know what you're thinking. So, you're saying if I just say I'm rich, money will fall from the sky? Not exactly. The words don't work like vending machines. They are more like blueprints. They set the mental design that your actions and energy then follow. When you say, "I am wealthy," you're not lying. You're aligning. You're tuning your frequency to abundance, and then suddenly, your behavior, your awareness, and your decisions begin to move toward wealth. Let me explain this logically, so it's not all unicorns and cosmic glitter. Neuroscientists call it the reticular activating system, or RAS. It's the part of your brain that filters information. When you keep saying something like, "I'm unlucky," or "I always get opportunities," your RAS starts filtering your reality to prove you right. It's not the universe conspiring against you, it's your brain saying, "Ah, this is what we focus on. Let's find more of it." So, if your brain is working for you 24/7, why not give it better instructions? Instead of "I can't afford that," say, "I'm learning to attract wealth." Instead of "I'm stuck," say, "I'm in transition." You see, even tiny shifts in language start shifting your energy, because your words determine your vibration, and your vibration determines your reality. Let's make this practical. I want you to try something simple, starting today. Pick one area of your life, money, relationships, career, health, and write down 3 sentences that describe it times the way you want it to be, asterisk, not the way it currently is. For example, money flows easily to me. I am surrounded by supportive people. I love my work, and it rewards me richly. Then say these words out loud every day, morning and night. Say them with conviction, even if your current life looks nothing like them. Because what you say long enough, you start to believe. And what you believe long enough, you start to live. I once met someone who said, "I don't believe in affirmations." I smiled and asked, "Well, what do you believe?" They said, "That life is hard, and I always have to struggle." I replied, "Ah, so you times do times believe in affirmations, you're just using them in reverse. Every complaint, every self-criticism, every statement of doubt is just a negative affirmation. So why not flip the script? You don't have to start with grand declarations like "I am a millionaire." Start where you are. Say, "I am open to receiving wealth. I am becoming more prosperous every day." These are bridges. They connect your current reality to your desired one without causing your logical mind to argue back. Because let's be honest, if your bank account says $10 and you declare, "I have millions," your brain might laugh and say, "Sure. And you also have a yacht parked behind the grocery store." So start gently. Build the belief ladder one phrase at a time. And remember, words alone are powerful, but words combined with feeling that's creation in motion. Don't just say the words like a robot. Feel them. Picture them. If you're saying, "Money flows to me," imagine it. See yourself paying bills with ease, giving generously, living without financial worry. Feel that relief, that gratitude, that confidence. When emotion meets word, manifestation becomes inevitable. You might say, "But what about when I feel terrible? Should I still speak positively?" Yes, my dear, especially then. That's like saying, "Should I use an umbrella only when it's sunny?" Your words are your shelter. When storms come, that's when you need them most. Speak life into your situation, not because you're denying reality, but because you're rewriting it. Here's something else. Stop speaking words that betray your dreams. You say you want abundance, but every time a bill arrives, you sigh, I'm broke. You want love, but you mutter, all men are the same. You want opportunity, but you declare, nothing ever works out for me. You can't plant apple seeds and expect oranges to grow. You must match your language to your desire. Now let's get a little humorous here. Some of you are using your mouth like a complaint radio, broadcasting bad news FM 24/7, and then you wonder why the universe keeps tuning in. Change the channel. Switch to Blessing FM, where every word you speak sends out a vibration of gratitude, joy, and expectation. Here's a simple framework I live by. Observe, replace, repeat. First, observe your language. Catch yourself when you speak lack or limitation. Second, replace it with an empowering truth. Third, repeat until it becomes second nature. For example, you might catch yourself saying, I can't afford it. Stop. Replace with, I choose to attract the resources for it. Or when you say, I'm so unlucky, replace it with, everything always works out in my favor. It's not about ignoring reality, it's about giving reality new instructions. And let me tell you, the results can be miraculous. I remember one woman who kept saying, I never get paid what I'm worth. I asked her to change her affirmation to, I am richly rewarded for all that I do. Within a few months, she received a job offer that doubled her income. Coincidence? Perhaps. But I call it cause and effect. She changed her inner dialogue, and her outer world rearranged itself to match. You see, the universe doesn't play favorites. It simply mirrors back to you what you consistently declare. That's why it's called the law, not the suggestion. You can't plant weeds and hope for roses. You can't curse your finances all week and expect your bank account to bloom. So here's a small challenge. For the next 7 days, I want you to become hyper-aware of your words. Pretend that every word you speak writes an order form to the universe. Would you still say, I'm broke? Would you still say, I'm unlucky? Or would you start saying, I am blessed beyond measure? You have nothing to lose but your old stories. And what you gain is priceless peace of mind, a sense of control, and yes, even prosperity. Now, before we go any further, take a deep breath with me. Inhale abundance, exhale doubt. Feel that shift inside. That's the moment creation begins. Let's go even deeper. Think about wealth. Real wealth isn't just money, it's energy. It's flow. And your words can either open the tap or tighten it. When you constantly say, I can't make money, you're closing the valve. When you say money flows easily and frequently, you're opening it. Your words are the switch that turns on abundance. The moment you speak from belief, your vibration changes. And when your vibration changes, you become magnetic. Opportunities, people, and ideas start finding you. You won't even have to chase wealth, it'll start chasing you. And yes, at first it might feel strange, even silly. But so did learning to walk. So did learning to drive. So will learning to speak the language of abundance. But once you master it, it becomes natural. You'll catch yourself turning worries into affirmations, fears into faith, and lack into laughter. You're not waiting for your life to change, you're speaking it into existence. And that's where the true magic begins. Now let's take this further, because I want you to not just understand the power of words, but to use it deliberately, daily, and joyfully. Let's turn your tongue into your greatest tool for transformation. Here's the thing, your words build mental pictures, and those pictures turn into physical form. Every I can, I have, or I am plants a picture in your subconscious mind. That picture doesn't just sit there, it begins to attract circumstances, ideas, and people that match it. The subconscious mind doesn't argue. It doesn't judge. It simply obeys. You say, I always mess things up, and it says, yes, boss. You say, I always succeed, and it says, absolutely. Let's make that true. It's like having a very loyal assistant who takes everything literally. If you told your assistant, hey, I'm sick and tired of this job, they might actually start looking for reasons to make you sick and tired. So you have to speak carefully. Your words aren't just communication, they are commands. Now, let's get real for a second. Changing how you speak isn't easy at first. We're used to dramatizing our problems. I'm dying of hunger. I'm dead tired. This day is killing me. Imagine what those words do to your energy. You're speaking death to your vitality. And then you wonder why you're exhausted all the time. So let's start small, let's speak life instead. Say, I'm ready for rest. I'm energizing. This day is challenging, but I'm handling it gracefully. If that sounds too poetic for you, good, it means it's powerful. Most people think they're being realistic when they complain, but let's be honest, most realism is just well-dressed pessimism. If reality is made by our thoughts and words, then the most realistic thing you can do is speak what you want times to see, not what you fear will happen. So let's talk about manifesting wealth through your words. Wealth, like any form of abundance, responds to vibration. Words are the easiest way to shift vibration instantly.